For sure. For sure. Hey, everybody. It is only 1 minute to noon, and we'll be going live. We are live, but.
There's no video here.
Well, shows them it's working for me. Welcome to episode or day 42 of the Be Fantastic Road Tour. Yesterday, I had a fantastic interview with a wonderful guest by the name of Ken Baxter. And Ken bought the first ticket to outer space about 15 years ago. A couple $100,000 investment. I think it's worth like $3 million now if you wanted to sell the ticket, but he wouldn't sell it for all the tea in China because he's going to be the first civilian, maybe next to Branson in outer space. He's going to be our guest today. The call-in numbers, if you have questions, are 310-913-5533 or 714-316-9829. And of course, these two, this Be Fantastic Road Tour is being brought to you by and sponsored by Via Proactive Hydration Beverages. Delicious, nutritious, vitamins A, B3, B5, B6, B12, C and E. I mean, it's a fantastic company and a fantastic beverage. You can only buy them online right now until about September when they go nationwide in some stores. And then they have a line of caffeinated sparkling waters. This one's orange. By the way, orange mango with vodka, I call it the Varango. So I'm a mixologist, and you'll see that on these interviews. You'll also see a lot of great recipes that I've created in the past. So welcome to the show. Again, I'm Dr. Fantastic. It's the Be Fantastic Road Tour. My plan is to go around the world, countries far and wide. I've been to a lot of them already. The movement is actually in 41 countries. So I should actually visit each of my ambassadors in each of those 41 countries. That would be a nice little game plan. But I'll try to bring you positive information every day. Now, yesterday, I had Ken on, and he started talking politics, and he threw in some religion. And then he actually threw in some cuss words and asked me to edit it out. Well, I've never edited a show, so I decided just to delete it. So I deleted the whole show. It's only the second time I've ever had to delete a show. And the first one was kind of bizarre. The girl got camera shy. But typically, everyone loves the interviews, over 3,000 interviews, having fun. I'd love to bring you fantastic interviews, fantastic places. Right now, I'm indoors, which is fine because yesterday was very noisy. I was at the Air and Space Museum, which I thought was very apropos for interviewing Rocket Man. And planes started flying over. In the last week, very few planes were flying over. I guess the country is opening up because every 3 minutes a plane came through. So that was noisy. And the microphone, the leveler I bought, wasn't working. So all kind of things went wrong. And I have David on the line. David, you stay on that line. Maybe you could ask Ken some questions as well. Let me get Ken on the line. And we'll see. We'll have some fun talking about space, the final frontier. There it goes, everybody. I never like being late. I hate being late.
Thank you for calling. You reached my cellular voicemail. Leave a message. Get right back.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up.
It's okay. I got plenty to talk to before he'll call back. I'm looking for the Rocket Man. It's Dr. Fantastic. Give me a call on this line. 310-913-5533. You all can do that as well. Call me. So it is. I am 3 minutes late, so technically I'm late. It's better to be an hour early than a minute late. How's it sound, Dave?
Sounds great.
Sounds great. Well, I bought this leveler, this wireless mic, and it doesn't work. So I'm going to improve the sound quality. But through the last couple of years, as I've been doing this show or doing interviews and what have you, I've never really been concerned about the quality. I've been concerned about the content. So I truly believe that if you were to listen to my podcasts, my radio show, or my YouTube videos, you'll learn a lot. and it's pretty much all positive information. I mean, I was sidetracked a little bit with COVID, and was enamored by all the information in the first couple months. I was literally watching maybe 5 hours a day of MSNBC, which I think is that left MSNBC and Fox is right. Is that how it works, Dave?
Yeah, MSNBC is left.
Well, they were sure left. I tell you that. So, but the more I've heard about this pandemic, and Ken, boy, he was vocal yesterday. He's totally convinced it's a hoax, and it's a bunch of malarkey, and it was
Is there something in there?
no.
You were in there. Fuck, where are my shoes?
So here we go. Here we go.
I just want to for a second.
Is this the Rocket Man?
It is, buddy. I was on the other line. Couldn't get off quick enough.
No worries, no worries. You're live. Now you know the ground rules today, right?
I do. Yeah, thank you.
Well, no worries. Maybe I didn't explain it properly, but let me fill the audience in. Ken did really a fun interview with me yesterday. I was at the Air and Space Museum because he is the Rocket Man, the first civilian to buy a ticket to outer space. So I thought, what better than be at the Air and Space Museum? Now, of course, it's closed like everything else in the world. So I crashed the gates. I got front row seat in front of the building, and it was fantastic, except for the planes flying over, and it was the freeway and the noise. So today we're quiet, but we're not going to talk about politics, and we're not going to talk about religion. We're going to talk about outer space, the final frontier. Now, Ken, being the first person to purchase that ticket, there was a whole ceremony around it, I imagine.
You know, there really wasn't. I came to, I was watching 60 Minutes in October of 2004. And of course, that's Sunday afternoon. And I went to my office and I asked my assistant to call Sir Richard Branch. And he said, well, how do I do that? And I said, try calling Virgin Atlantic. She did, and I told her to leave a message. My boss wants to be the very first guy to go to outer space. He called me back on his cell phone.
Wow.
And so I became the first purchaser of the ticket. I paid $200,000 for it. And I've been to Richard Branson's house 4 times now. And many, many events. Paris, London, New York, Los Angeles. It's been a wild ride, but it's been 15 years. I don't know if anybody remembers, but on October 31st of 2014, Richard and I both thought we were going to be flying outer space in January or February of 2015, and of course our rocket, most people would know, crashed, and one of the pilots died.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So it's been 6 years, 6.5 years, and now we expect to go. And I will send you a photo of me in my spacesuit. I went to Baltimore, and Under Armour is building the spacesuits for all of us. And so I've got a great photo of me in my spacesuit prototype.
Now,
And
I have a question. Is your ticket like an airline ticket? Do you have it framed and hanging on the wall?
no, it's just a receipt. We had to sign a contract. The ticket is refundable, but I don't really want to. I want to go to outer space.
Right.
Right?
So you have to, go ahead.
Bought mine in 2004, so that's 16 years ago now.
Yes.
It's on the water.
Can you keep her under control?
The water's not on.
I know, it's turned on.
It's on all the time now.
It's not coming on. It's not
Oh,
coming
I
on.
want to check on that. Excuse us, everybody. We have a little commotion in the background here. But apologize for that. So go ahead. What were we saying? I was distracted.
Well, that's okay. I was just saying that, now we're getting excited again, and we, founders had a meeting in Baltimore, and about 35 of the founders showed up, and the people that did get their refunds, according to what we heard in the meeting, they have 35 founder tickets, which are the first 100 people. And the talk is that those tickets might sell for as much as $2 million.
Wow.
So,
So when you say there's 35 founders, that was the first 35 purchasers? Is that what a founder is?
no, they weren't the first 35. They were in that first 100 group. Okay, we were all called founders if we bought the first 100 of the tickets.
Okay.
And mine, if you look me up online, you'll see where I was the first founder. You got a list of people. You got a lot of movie stars and stuff like that bought much later, but they're not in the first founders. The first founders we are going to be the first, let's say, 100 to go to outer space, and of course, I want to be the first one to go up with Sir Richard.
Of course. How many people will be on that flight?
Well, there was 6 on the flight, but the aircraft ended up, that particular one, the one that's being fitted right now to go to outer space, and we've had many, many test flights. You go to virgingalactic.com, you can see all the test flights. And if you go to my site, I post most of the notices that I get. That's rocketmanlv.com.
Right.
Okay, and that one would give you, I think my spacesuit picture is on there, but I don't remember.
So the space suit was extra?
Well, the spacesuit, we are, we're not wearing oxygen masks and all of that stuff because it's much like a commercial airline. It's pressurized. We have oxygen in there. There won't be any oxygen when we get to outer space, but there's plenty of that we carry with us.
Right.
All of our spacesuits will be custom made by Under Armour.
Right.
So we went to Under Armour, and the one that you see me in is a prototype. Mine will have my American flag on the shoulder, and of course my name on it.
Did you send it to me this morning? Because I can show it to the crowd if you did.
No,
I was hoping to show it to everybody, but anyway.
I didn't find it.
Well, let me ask you another question. How long is the flight?
2 hours.
2 hours. And you get to float around?
7 minutes floating around.
7 minutes. That's 7 minutes each, or everyone floats together?
Well, we get done, undo our seatbelt, and pull around, go to the windows, take photos. See, of course, the black sky and see the curvature of the Earth, and it could be pretty awesome.
Make sure you bring your camera.
Nowadays, I'm just bringing my iPhone. The best camera that you carry is that iPhone right now.
No, I'll disagree with you. My Samsung Note 8 blows away iPhone's quality.
Even the 11 Pro.
Well, I haven't seen much of 11 Pro, but yes, it is a magnificent quality. It's really amazing.
I certainly don't know because I don't have one, but
Yeah.
they're both pretty good quality.
Now, if you watch this segment that I'm filming right now, it's being shot on the Rocket, which you might want to buy one of these. It's a 3D phone without glasses, and I'm filming in 3D as we speak here. And if you have the Rocket phone, you can watch it in 3D. And it is they've partnered with James Cameron, and it's John Paul DeJoria's company. And so I have this one of the first ones. But basically, it comes with life insurance, roadside assistance, 24/7 telemedicine, and you call like 70 countries without any problem. And it shoots in 3D and plays like the movies like Avatar. We've contracted for all 3 avatars on the phone. It's an amazing phone. It's really pretty cool. Go JP. JP is a cool guy.
Okay, you want me to send you that? My assistant just sent it to me. You want
Yeah, send it right now, and we'll just, modern technology. This is live. We're only 14 minutes into the show. I'll show it to the audience so they can see what you look like.
I'll send it to your email.
Yeah, send it to my email, and I'll just pull it up. I mean, you gotta love technology. Now, are you gonna be able to call me when you're in outer space, by the way?
Well, I've got a satellite phone.
Yeah. That would be very cool. My first interview with someone in outer space. So you have to keep in shape all the time too now, right?
Yes, if not, normally you just have to have an extra shot of vodka.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, I'm working out every day, getting ready. I would expect us to be able to fly. We're going to fly out of Spaceport America into Mexico.
Okay.
It's by the White Sands Air Force Base. We're on I think federal and New Mexico property that was donated to our cause.
Right.
And I've been there twice, and looking forward to going there to actually get going. Our training there is about 3 days before we go up.
Are you allowed to bring in a private videographer to capture this wonderful 3-day training?
Absolutely. And
I'm there.
And they'll have somebody else there, yes. You can bring, we have to register everybody, but it sounds like the spaceport's pretty big, and with
Right.
only 4 people going up at a time.
Right.
There's plenty of room for everybody to park. It's a very big, and the runway, of course, is long enough to land anything.
So they take off vertical, obviously, right?
No, we take off in the belly. If you go to, it might be on my site, Rocketman LV.
RocketmanLV, Go ahead.
Yeah. You're going to see videos produced not by me, but of course by Virgin Galactic.
Right.
And the carrier plane has 4 McDonnell Douglas gigantic engines. We are strapped in the middle of that
Gotcha.
rocket.
Right.
Then we go up 10 miles. And then we are dropped off of that plane when we're clear from the carrier plane. The rockets fire, and during that 8 seconds, we get from say 400 miles an hour up to the speed of a bullet, 3.5 Mark 3.5.
Right. Now, have they? How many test flights like this have they done?
Many. They have, the outer space flight. They of course won the X Prize with the first flight, and then there have been several.
That was a $1 million prize or something, if I remember correctly.
That was a $10 million.
Oh, $10 million prize.
And Paul Allen donated all of the $10 million. He's the one that funded the first flight.
Right.
He donated the whole $10 million to the team.
Oh.
So they got $1,000 each.
Right.
There's a lot of people on the team. When I was there, about 100 people. But they decided that he just divided that up. Paul Allen didn't take anything, of course. Microsoft, Paul Allen.
Right.
That funded the X Prize.
Wow.
So it's pretty exciting. It's monumental to be first, private citizen on a private
No shit. I love it. I did. What is the New Mexico to New Mexico? Where I can tape you?
They will call us, and we're getting ready to go. And I saw online where Richard Branson's also working out. I don't know if my photos, since I'm hunkered down like we all are here in America, I've been in my personal gym every day, and I've got photos of me on my Peloton and my stretch machine and doing weights and everything, so I can get ready.
Now I have another question for you. Who's the oldest person to be in space?
That's a good question. His dad and his mother were both going to go. And, of course, his father passed away, and this is Richard Branson's dad. And his mother just told me the last time I saw her, she says, I'm too old, I'm not going. And I don't.
I want her ticket. So, how old is Richard?
My age, so he's going to be 70 in a month. If you look it up.
So you guys might be the two of the oldest ever in space then.
Could be. I have never had that question asked, but you know, there's it's certainly exciting.
Oh,
I've never been a privately made aircraft that has taken citizens to outer space. Of course, there's been a lot of citizens that have gone up to the International Space Station. That
right.
only costs $20.
How much? You broke up. How much?
$20 million for a ticket to go to the space station, and much more.
And people have already done that?
Well, there's been people that have bought that ticket. You know, some of that goes to Russia because they're the ones taking them up.
Right.
Nobody went to the space station during the time that our shuttle was running.
Okay.
But of course now, I haven't really followed it, but Elon Musk is working with NASA to get us to outer space again.
Right.
And those will be vertically launched rockets.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the tables a little bit. I actually met Buzz Aldrin on a couple occasions, and I'm a big alien buff, a ufologist. And I asked him, has he seen an alien? And he was telling me on the flight with Neil Armstrong, they both looked out the porthole, and there was a white light tracking them, and it tracked them for a while, and then shot up at a right angle.
I have never asked him about that specific thing, but when I first met Buzz Aldrin, I said, how did it feel for you to stomp on that moon and have it not go anywhere? There's no oxygen to carry it. He says, that's the craziest question I ever heard, but he says, it was the funniest thing that, step in there, like if you do that, if you have the moon down here, it comes up all the way up your legs, but it doesn't do that. There's no, nothing to carry. There's no oxygen at all.
Right.
So it doesn't really float. It just kind of like funnels out.
Wow. So what's your spin on aliens?
I don't have one. And what I see, they're definitely out there. Unless it's all fake. I don't know. What do you think?
I bet my life that they have been visiting Earth well before mankind was on the planet.
Well, some people say that because those pyramids are pretty spectacular and very precise.
I encourage everyone listening, and if you haven't seen it yet, is to watch a documentary called "The Revelation of the Pyramids," and that's going to give you a history of our existence, our life, the pyramids, and extraterrestrials. And it is one of the most well done documentaries I've ever seen. It's really fantastic. Now, I want you to be the first person to say the word fantastic in space, Ken.
Fantastic.
Because one is you're going to have a fantastic experience. And I don't know how much you've been following the movement, but we've got 239 as of this morning, ambassadors of positivity. These are people that are eliminating the word good from their vocabulary. And
Fantastic.
do not say the word good if you can keep for the rest of your life, if you can avoid it. It's to me, it's a 4-letter word. It's inconsequential. It's meaningless. And when you say the word fantastic, Ken, it makes other people feel good. It makes you feel great. It makes you look great, and it makes you live longer because it reduces stress. Because every time you smile or laugh, endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin are released in your brain. And you literally live 5 minutes longer every time you say the word fantastic. And do you know why?
No.
Because those endorphins release stress. And if you have less stress in your life, you're going to be a little healthier. And when you're a little healthier, you're going to live a little longer. They say 5 minutes every time you smile or laugh. And I've been encouraging people for the last 2 years to delete the word good. It's not easy because you've been saying it for 60 some odd years now. And people say, how are you in every country in the world upon greeting another human? Ça va in France, ¿qué tal in Mexico, Wie geht's in German. Every country says, how are you? And everyone says, good, and how are you, as a response. Now, do you know where the question, how are you, came from?
No.
It's
I don't.
it's over 600 years old, around 650 years old, and it was invented to save your life. And it's kind of apropos to tell you about it today in the audience, is because it was during the Black Plague, also known as the bubonic plague, which killed a third of the world. So if you were standing next to someone back then, you didn't have social quarantine, you died within a week. So back then, they invented a question that would literally save their life. From a great distance, they shout out to their friend the question, how are you? And in those days, 600 years ago, there were only two answers. One was, I've got it, which everyone knew what that meant. You didn't want to visit them, or you died within a week, or I'm well. So the good answer, the happy answer was, how are you back then? It was, I'm well. And it's kind of apropos for today with the COVID going on, but it's just turned into a rhetorical, lame ass, waste of time question. Because not only most people don't care how you are, they don't have time to hear if you took it literally. So I'm a simple guy with a simple plan. And the plan is to be positive about everything, positive about, positive about the flight you're coming up, positive about staying healthy long enough to get there, positive about having a fantastic experience. Positive thinking manifests positive action. So Ken, as you know, they call me Dr. Fantastic because I have the prescription for a happier, longer life. And it's so simple, but it's not easy. Because you're so used to saying good. Have a good day. You did a good job. Oh, well, that tasted really good. And I'm good. It's just such a, it's a,
What's better, did you get my photo?
oh, hold on. Hopefully. I'm sure I did.
And I
Okay.
also sent
Okay, let's see, everybody. Here it is. Oh, NDA. Rocket Man. Okay, so here we go. Look at this guy. And see that smile you have there, Ken?
That's good. Wow, that's fantastic.
It is fantastic. Everybody, that's Ken Baxter, the Rocket Man. You met him here on Be Fantastic Road Tour. By the way, Ken, I am on a tour. Maybe I'll visit you in Vegas. I'm trying to go around the world at this point in my retirement. And I'm going to schools, I'm going to companies, and I'm teaching them what I just taught you, that there's an alternative to being good.
Being fantastic.
Exactly. And you are fantastic because you're freaking going to outer space. This is fantastic. Now, I really am serious. I'll come to New Mexico. I'll be your private videographer. We'll make a whole thing about it. Maybe go live at times like I'm live right now. Technology is so amazing. When I started in show business, 50 years ago, I guess now, I used to have to carry 100 pounds of equipment. I started at, one of my gigs was Mammoth Mountain, where I would carry 100 pounds of equipment and make a movie in 1 hour of the group, skiing and having fun. And the quality, of course, doesn't even compare to the Samsung phone. You really ought to compare the Samsung to iPhone. It blows it away. But what you really should do, Ken, is get the Rocket phone. Because you're the Rocket Man. And by the way, it's spelled ROKIT. And they're only a couple $100, and so they're not expensive, and it's 3D. I mean, that's the one you want to take into outer space. Well, you take a couple of them.
Good.
So let's see, what else can I ask here? I'm just so curious. How did they say what the cost was of the suit was?
You know, I can tell you, the ones that we're going to be wearing on the first trip are all unique. They have, they're going to be custom made. See, they're wide to their prototype, and they had them in sizes and that one. Then they tucked them in and did all the other things so that you could just actually, perfectly fit.
Right.
When we go, and then they'll have our names on them, and they'll, have some other Virgin Galactic, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested if you can make a phone call from outer space. I'm sure you
Well,
can.
I can take my satellite phone.
There you go.
They're not.
So when is the I forgot what you said, the New Mexico excursion?
They don't. Hey, it's for picnic.
You're breaking up right now. Are you moving around?
I am. Let me stop.
Yeah, try to stop moving around. It's breaking up.
Hold on.
Sit down, have a beer.
All right.
You know, when I'm in Vegas or I'm in the mountains, I just love looking at the stars. But they say you can't see them in outer space. Is that correct?
No, you can see them through the black sky. There's just no blue sky. The only blue sky you see is when you're looking down and maybe see some on the horizon. As soon as you get up into outer space, it's black.
It's
You
black.
can see the stars.
Oh, you can see the stars.
Middle of the day. You can't see them in the day yet.
Oh, okay.
You see them all the time because it's what stops the stars is the sun.
Gotcha. It's just amazing that all those stars are billions of years old, and we're seeing that light. It took billions of years to get to our eyeball. It's pretty amazing. I love space. Now they have the space station. Are you guys gonna fly near it? Buy it? Will you be able to,
No,
No.
we're just going up and back.
yeah. So low orbit. Because what are they? Are they 250?
Suborbital flight, and it's gonna be very exciting.
Very exciting.
Yep.
You're a lucky man. You're gonna have a fantastic experience. But Ken, thank you for sharing some time with me. We'll keep in touch and do it again because it's and I'm glad you didn't talk politics or religion today.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the phone call. Appreciate it. Take care.
Have a fantastic day.
You bet.
Bye.
Fantastic. Bye.
Well, everybody, that was Ken. I'm not Ken. I'm sorry. Did I say Ken? Bob Bishop, the Rocket Man. Now, to me, that was a fantastic interview. You can decide for yourself. Would have been more fantastic if I had a better sound system. Driving me nuts. So we're going to save this day in history. I was telling you about the Dust Bowl. There was a few other things that kind of stood out. Let me see if I can go real quick back to it. You got to love the internet. So May 11th, 1934, that was the Dust Bowl. That was pretty bad. It goes on to say a lot about it, but I wanted to go further, tell you some other stuff. Minnesota, shout out to all the Minnesotans. That was the May 11th, 1858. Of course, it's known as the land of 10,000 lakes. They joined the Union as the 32nd state. World War II, 1987. The butcher of Leon, the Nazi Gestapo chief, was charged with war crimes. World War I in 1919. The delegation to the Versailles Peace Conference convened in Paris after the First World War, and they went over the treaty. Oh, President Kennedy in 61 approved sending 400, oh, that's not good news, 400 special troops in the Vietnam. That's not good. It's not fantastic either. 1969, the Vietnam War, bless those soldiers that died. 10-day battle called Hamburger Hill. What a waste of lives that thing was. Inventions in science in 97. Gary Kasparov resigns after 19 moves in a game against Deep Blue, a computer. Bob Marley dies in 1981 at the age of 36. That's a depressing one there. We don't want to hear about that. Civil War. Inventions. Oh, B.F. Goodrich. I used to work for the largest tire retailer in the world, one of my 98 gigs. On May 11th, 1947, Goodrich Company of Akron, Ohio, it developed the first tubeless tire. That was a great invention. Anyway, so this day in history, I got to do the math for you for tomorrow. Figure out how many birthdays were today, because pretty much it's a good average. 365 into 7 billion I don't know, is that 100 million people had a birthday today? Happy birthday, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be fantastic. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. You come first. Know that all the decisions you make are the correct ones. Don't live in stress. Stress is all your fault. This is a fantastic time to be kind to others and going forward, being kind to the earth, being kind to our environment. We made a lot of mistakes. And this is a big one, this COVID. It's a mistake. It's a man-made human mistake. Trust me on that one. Nature didn't, a bat didn't have sex or whatever with a pig. It didn't happen. I originally thought it was the wet markets, but it was worse than the wet markets. Wet markets are greedy for certain, but developing a vaccine is even worse because I'm told now, well, I don't want to say bad news. That's going to be like $1,000 for the vaccine. Multiply that out, see who's going to make some money. At any rate, everybody, be fantastic, be positive, be kind, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for hopefully another fantastic interview, and hopefully in another fantastic place. I'm hoping to only be here another week, and then I'll move on. Hopefully go cross country to Tennessee. We'll see. Every day's a new adventure in the life of Dr. Fantastic. Like, subscribe, share. Check out my phone app, Be Fantastic. My podcasts are off the charts. It's all about improving your mind, the body, or the planet. A lot of really 175 incredible interviews on podcasts. The YouTube is just for fun. I don't take it serious. The podcast I take serious, and the radio show. Everybody, be fantastic. Thanks for watching.